Welcome to our CGV Maze Devlog. We're Ctrl Alt Defeat, made up of myself, Sebastian, Pano, Asha, Mohammed, Raihan, and Suhail. And this is our 3D Maze survival game, built using Three.js for rendering and Rapier for realistic physics simulation.
CGV Maze drops players into a dark, fog-filled hedge maze with one goal: survive long enough to find the glowing portal and escape. But it's never that simple. Stamina drains, enemies hunt you, and visibility fades with every step.
Our game combines mystery, tension, and strategy. Each maze is procedurally generated, ensuring every run feels unpredictable and challenging.
We focused on atmosphere, thick fog, eerie lighting, ambient sounds, and 3D environments that react to the player's movements.
Players must manage stamina, health, and limited visibility while collecting items to stay alive, like flashlights, carrots, and trench coats for survival boosts.
With multiple difficulty levels, players face tougher mazes, stronger enemies, and faster stamina drain as they progress. This is a CGV maze, a psychological survival experience set in an ever-changing labyrinth.
Our development journey for CGV Maze began with a simple but functional beta version. In our beta build, we had a basic flashlight, a third-person camera, fog effects, 3 difficulty levels, simple enemy shapes, carrots for healing, health and stamina bars, a minimap, and the maze walls. This version gave us a solid foundation, a playable survival maze that showcased our core mechanics. However, after testing, our tutor Nathan provided valuable feedback on areas that needed improvement or expansion. Based on that, we planned and implemented a series of updates, refinements, and new features for our final version. Our beta included the essentials: the flashlight for visibility, the fog to limit sight distance, and 3 difficulty levels to scale the challenge. Players could collect carrots to regain health and use stamina to sprint. We had basic enemy models to test combat mechanics, and a minimap to track exploration. While simple, this beta allowed us to understand how our gameplay interacted and where improvements were needed. After feedback, we added and refined several systems. We implemented a proper pause feature, allowing players to temporarily halt gameplay. Although it was more complex than expected, the game logic continued running even when paused, requiring deep adjustments to our core systems. We also introduced a main menu and options menu, where players can toggle visual settings like fog, reflections, shaders, and bump maps, improving both performance and accessibility. A reset to menu system was added for when the player wins or dies, and new HUD help overlays were integrated, showing controls and objectives. To build atmosphere, we introduced ambient background audio, giving the maze a more haunting, immersive feel. The health and stamina system was upgraded. We added numerical values for clarity and implemented proper death conditions when hitting stamina 0. We refined several existing features too. The fog system was slightly updated to balance performance while maintaining immersion. Enemies were textured and wrapped for realism, and walls were enhanced with bump maps, anti-aliasing, and reflections to meet our 3D rubric requirements. The third-person camera was a major challenge. We struggled with wall clipping, inverted movement, and unstable camera height. We solved this using raycasting-based collision detection, corrected movement vectors, and added interpolation to smooth out motion. We also fixed the stamina system, ensuring the player couldn't sprint indefinitely, and improved overall movement speed and jump height for more natural gameplay. Some features, especially the flashlight, were extremely difficult to implement. Our first attempts caused the entire maze to light up radially and even through walls. The issue stemmed from our fog of war system, which conflicted with how Three.js handled the light radius. Syncing the flashlight with the player's hand in 3D also caused alignment problems. The light direction didn't match the flashlight model's orientation. After multiple iterations, we fixed the problem by recalibrating the light's local position and syncing its direction to the player's forward vector. Similarly, the pause button seemed simple at first but was deceptively complex. Even while paused, the timer, stamina, and health values continued updating. We had to restructure the game loop to ensure the pause truly halted gameplay. Other small fixes included wrapping enemies with better materials, implementing death and win transitions, and adjusting the minimap fog. Each issue deepened our understanding of Three.js and Rapier, teaching us how to manage real-time physics, camera logic, and lighting more effectively. We kept 3 levels of difficulty but rebalanced each one. Easy mode has fewer enemies, slower stamina drain, and lighter fog. Medium mode increases fog density, adds more enemies, and quickens stamina use. Hard mode pushes players to the limit. Thick fog, faster health reduction, complex maze paths, and aggressive enemies. This scaling made each level feel distinct and progressively more intense. If we were to continue developing CGV Maze, our main focus would be scalability, expanding on the strong foundation we've built. We'd integrate Superbase for login functionality, allowing players to create accounts and track their scores across sessions. We'd also love to add a global leaderboard, so players can compare maze completion times and survival stats. Beyond that, we'd love to include social features, like adding and inviting friends, and even multiplayer gameplay, where 2 or more players can explore the maze together in real time. Another major goal would be expanding our lore and narrative, making the story more interactive, mysterious, and tied to collectible notes found throughout the maze. Even though CGV Maze is now complete for the submission, our system design is flexible enough to support future updates, proving the project's scalability and long-term potential. Thank you for watching our CGV Maze devlog. We're proud of how much our game evolved from a basic beta to a full polished experience, built on teamwork, problem solving, and creativity. Thank you.